Hi everyone, welcome to the Zoom Technologies, welcome to the MCSE class session. So what is MCSE? MCSE stands Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. This MCSE course is Microsoft has launched in the year of 2012. So in this course, we are learning a Microsoft Server operating system, that is 2012 operating system. Okay. So after completing this MCSE course, we can say ourselves as a level 2 Microsoft Windows System Administrator. Now, what is the job of Microsoft Windows System Administrator? The job of Microsoft Windows System Administrator to manage, to maintain our organization network. In our organization network, we have servers, we have clients, we have users, and we have a user database we are going to manage. Okay. So as a system administrator, our job is what? Managing the network. So the basic thing is what is network here? Network content interconnection of devices. Like if you have number of machines are connected physically to each other, it's called what here? Network. So here, example, in my organization, I have a number of machines. So if these machines are not plugged physically to each other, you can say this machine is not in the network. But if these machines are physically plugged to each other, connected to each other, right? This is called what? These machines are in network here. So what is network? Network is an interconnection of devices. But if anyone is asking this question, what is networking here? What is networking? So you have to say networking is a communication between the devices. By sitting on one computer, if I'm accessing other machine resources, that is called what here? Networking. So MCSE course is a foundation course of IT. If you do this MCSE course, you will become system administrator, and every organization nowadays, maybe small, medium, large, is having their own network. They have their own servers, and after completing this course, you're going to manage the servers. Now Microsoft has set some certification also. After completing this course, you have to go for some Microsoft certification. Now what certification we have to do to become Microsoft Certified Solution Expert? So first we have to do these papers, 3 papers, MCSA, Microsoft Certified Solution Associate, 410, 411, 412. If you do this 3 exams, you will become MCSA, Microsoft Certified Solution Associate. The next, if you do this 2 more papers, next 2 papers are for MCSE. If you write these 2 papers, 413 and 414, 70413, 70414, so you will become Microsoft Certified Solution Expert in Microsoft Server Infrastructure, in MCSE Server Infrastructure. Now, this course is designed on 2012 server operating system, as well as you can work on 2016 also after completing this course. Now, this course is done on 2012 server operating system here. After completing this course, we can say ourselves as a what here? Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. Now, the Microsoft is very famous for operating system here. Okay. So we'll see here what are the operating system till now the Microsoft has given in the past history here. Whenever the word is coming, Microsoft. So Microsoft has given Windows operating system. Now what are the types here? They have 2 types. One is called a desktop operating system, and the desktop operating system also is called a client operating system. And the next one is called a network operating system. And the network operating system also is called a server operating system. So actually the Microsoft started their career in 1980s by giving one operating system, MS-DOS. MS-DOS is a Microsoft first operating system. That is a command based. Then Microsoft has given so many graphical operating system. Like in the year of 1995, Microsoft has given one OS, that is Windows 95. Then Microsoft has given next OS, Windows 98 in the year of 98. Then Microsoft has given next OS, that is Microsoft ME, Millennium Operating System. Then Microsoft has given Windows 2000 Professional Operating System. Then Microsoft has given Windows XP. Then Microsoft has given Windows Vista. Then Microsoft has given Windows 7. Then Windows 8. And now the latest one that we are using in the market, that is Windows 10. But till XP, this till Vista, till Windows 7, these operating systems are outdated here. In the market, companies are using Windows 8, Windows 10 operating system. Now server side, if you come to the server operating system history, the Microsoft is given the first server OS that is called Windows NT, Windows NT server OS, and the version is 3.1 in the year of 1993. The first server OS is released. Then Microsoft has given Windows NT 3.5 in the year of 1994. Then next Microsoft has given NT 4.0, that is in 1996. And here NT stands new technology operating system. Then Microsoft has given next operating system Windows Server 2000. Then Microsoft has given 2003. In the year of 2003. Then Microsoft has given 2008. Then Microsoft has given 2012. Then Microsoft has given in the market 2016 also, right? So if you do this MCSE course, right, in this course you are going to learn 2012 and 2016 also how to manage our network by using 2012 server OS, by using 2016 server operating system. So this is a short history of Microsoft server operating system here. Okay, but in 2012 server operating system, the Microsoft has given some additions. So we'll see what are the additions are available. Operating system additions are available in Microsoft, right? Now I have a basic question. First, tell me why we require operating system. Operating system is must. We need operating system. Yes, because if you want to run client machine, if you want to run server, maybe you want to run your desktop, maybe you want to run your laptop, maybe you want to run any electronic gadget, we require compulsory operating system. So actually what is operating system? So you can say operating system is the interface between user and between the hardware, between user and hardware. So operating system is a interface between user and hardware here. Okay, so here operating system is a software programming enable the computer hardware to communicate, operate with the computer software. So it's an interface between the user and hardware, because our computer is a hardware device. For example, this is my machine, this is my computer. So my computer language is what? Binary language is a hardware, but we are the end user, we are the user, we are the administrator. We are giving the instruction to our computer. Computer has to give the answer to, right? So in our computer we require OS, operating system. So computer operating system is an interface between the hardware and user, between the hardware and user. And Microsoft has given two OS. Just now we have seen server and client operating system. So basically where we have to use server OS. So if you want to design your network, right? If you want to design your network, if you want to create your network, right? If in your network you want server here. So if you want to configure server, we require server OS. By using server OS, we can mix the servers, and by using servers, we can serve the services, right? Maybe you can allow the user to access the resources. We can deny the user to access the resources here. For example, I created one website in my company, like zoom.com, and my users want to access this website. Okay, so my users are sitting on the client machine, maybe on XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. So clients are requesting to server, right? www.zoom.com. The request will go to Zoom server. The Zoom server will give the reply. Then user can download the data, user can access the data. So means what the client is doing is requesting to server to accept the server services, and server is serving the services to clients. But in our corporate network, we have a domain network. In our domain network, we require, right, servers. We require number of client machines. We are allowing the user to access. We are denying the user to access. So we can manage, we can control our network, machines, users, user data by using server operating system. Okay, but in this server operating system, we have additions. So we'll see the additions. What are the additions are available in server OS here. So in 2012 server operating system, we have editions. There are 4 editions are there. One is Foundation, one is Essential, one is Standard, and one is a Data Center edition. Foundation edition is a OEM operating system, original equipment manufacturer. That is called OEM operating system. And this operating system is a free license OS, is a free OS from manufacturer. So example, today I'm purchasing one hardware server from maybe HP company, from Dell company, right? I'm purchasing. So this company will give the machine to me. With machine, they will give the operating system to me. They will give one operating system. So example, I'm going to this manufacturer HP. I'm purchasing one HP hardware server, right? So if I purchase HP hardware server here, so this company complimentary is giving one operating system to me, and that is my 2012 server OS, right? But this edition is what? So this edition I'm getting here, edition is what? Foundation edition. I'm getting here FE, means Foundation edition. So this Foundation edition is a free license OS, is a pre-installed in my machine. I don't need to install. And this operating system is called OEM, right? And this operating system we can use in a small network up to 15 users. How many users here? 15 users, right? Very small. But whatever the features are available to control servers, that many features are not available in this Foundation edition. So then Microsoft is saying in your corporate network, if you want to use the server OS, then you can switch to Essential, Standard, and Data Center editions you have, right? So next edition is what here? Essential edition. Essential edition, Standard edition, and Data Center edition. These are the license editions here. License edition. So in Essential edition, actually Essential edition is designed for a small network. Up to 25 users license are available for it, right? 25 users. Now, Standard edition and Data Center support to unlimited users. So Microsoft is saying Standard and Data Center is supporting to unlimited users. There is no restriction on the users here, so they're unlimited. And in Standard edition and Data Center edition, we have a full features. In Standard and Data Center, we have full features. Standard edition and Data Center edition, I'm saying unlimited users, full features we have. So what is the difference here? So the difference is what? In Standard edition, we can create only 2 virtual machines. How many virtual machines? 2 is a free of cost. You can say 2 instance Microsoft or 2 virtual machines. In Data Center edition, I can create unlimited virtual machines. So Data Center will support how many virtual machines? Unlimited. Standard will support only 2 virtual machines here. Okay. So when we come into the hypervisor class, MCSE virtualization class, on that they will discuss what is virtual machines here. But here you have to remember, Standard will support 2 virtual machines, Data Center will support unlimited here. So basically in production environment, we are going for Standard edition or we are going for Data Center. So if you have medium configuration, small network, you can go for a Standard. If you have a large network, like Amazon is there, Netflix is there, Microsoft Azure is there, Microsoft Data Center is there, or Google is there. So these companies, big companies, are using what here? Data Center. But to run these operating systems, if you want to run this operating system, right, we require hardware server. We require hardware. So here, in the market, we have this type of hardware servers are available in the market. So what are the hardware servers are available in the market? So this is called hard device, like our PC, like our laptop we have. These are the hardware servers because these servers are reliable. Okay. So if you have a small organization, right, your servers are running in the daytime only, right? So you can go for tower type server. So tower type server is like a computer, is like a PC. So I can use in a small network. That is suitable for us. It's like a PC, it's like a tower type PC we can use. But if you have a large organization like Microsoft Data Center, you have like Google Data Center, we have, right? We have a Amazon, we have. So to these servers, to these companies, lakhs of users, billions of users are connecting to access resources. So these companies are running the data centers, and in data center they have 6 racks. In that we have rack servers here. So these rack servers are using in data centers. Now, if you have medium organization like 50 to 100 users or more than 100 here, so then you can go for blade servers. So these are the blade. So this complete box is called enclosure. This complete box is called enclosure. In this enclosure, this is called one blade, and this one blade is called one server. So in this blade, we have one hard disk, and number of processors we can connect, GBs of RAM we can connect, we can make. So in this box, we can see we have nearly 10 blades out there. So I can make 10 servers here. I can make 10 servers, but it's depend on your requirement. So if you tell the HP company, Dell company, IBM, right? So they will design the blade server they'll give you. So my company need 2 blade servers. Your company needs a 4 blade servers, right? My friend company need 6 blade servers. So according to the request, they will design. And these servers are reliable. We can run this server machine 24/7, 365 days. This hardwares will manage. But to run this server, to run these hardware servers, we require server operating system. So I can use here 2012 server operating system to run this machine here. Okay, so these are the hardware servers we have. Okay, now after completing this MCSE course, we are saying we are the system admin, and our job is what? Managing the servers, configuring the servers, deploying the server, designing our network. In our network, we are designing servers, clients, users, accounts we are managing, user data we are managing, permission we are managing. That is our day-to-day job we are going to manage. Now, to install the server operating system in this machine, what is the requirement? If you want to install server operating system in this computer, so these are the requirements here. So the requirements are what here? Here, we need a processor, and our processor, right? Speed should be minimum 1.4, and how many processors? 1. Maximum we can fix 64 number of processors, and your processor should be 64-bit, because in the market we have 2 types of processor, 32-bit and 64-bit. So this, especially this 2012 and 2016 server operating system, right, is available only on 64-bit. So your processor is a 64-bit, then we can install. If your processor is 32-bit, you cannot install here. Now, if I'm going for virtualization, so we need hypervisor service, and hypervisor service feature is available in standard and data center. So you have to make sure your processor also should be supported to virtualization. So when you're purchasing the processor, you have to check your processor is supporting to Intel VT feature or not, AMD V feature or not, right? Then, right, your RAM. So if I'm coming to the RAM here, the RAM minimum is required 512, but nowadays no one is using 512 MB RAM. So minimum RAM we need a 4 GB in our computer, okay, 4 GB. And maximum we can fix on server 4 terabyte RAM, 4 TB RAM here. Then hard disk space, so you can take any size of hard disk, maybe 1 TB, 2 TB, but when installing OS, so our OS will install in C drive. So in C drive, for installation of OS, we require 10 GB, but we have to take more than 10 GB, example 40 GB, 50 GB, 80 GB you can take, because after OS is done, we want to add some other services also. Then we require DVD. You can install the OS by using DVD, or you can install the OS by using USBs also. And installation of OS is very easy here, like how we install the Windows 10. If anyone knows the Windows 10 installation, right? Windows 10 operating system installation, right? If anyone knows Windows 8 installation, the same method, same procedure we have to follow to install this 2012 server operating system also. So in 2012 server operating system, we have so many features. So as administrator, we have to know all these features. So this 2012 server operating system is available in 64-bit. Next, this operating system installation is very easy, 25 minutes it will take to install. Now, this course also support to the cloud. So if you want to run your services in cloud, Microsoft Azure cloud, you want to deploy your servers in the cloud, so we require 2012 server operating supported. By using server manager console, we can add the services. Like example, I want to add DNS service, DHCP service, web service, FTP service, we can add. And by the help of dashboard area, we can confirm the services are turned on. And we can do the remote installation also, remote management also on these services. And Microsoft is very famous with Active Directory, right? So by using this 2012 server operating system, I can configure the domain network. So if I want to configure domain network, so domain network contains servers and clients. If you want to configure the domain network here, we require server and clients, and servers we can make by the help of this Active Directory. So in our course, we are going to see by the help of Active Directory domain service, is a brand service of Microsoft, how to make domain controller, how to make servers, how to authenticate the user to logins. And we'll see if the user accounts are deleted, lost by using Active Directory recycle bin, how to restore the user accounts, and how to give the single sign-on service by using federation service, how to give the authentication by using lightweight directory service, how to generate the certificate to secure your data resources here. By using right management service, we can restrict the contents. User should access the resources, but user should restrict. User should not forward the mails. User should not copy the data. User should not take the prints. Like these restrictions we can apply by the help of this RMS server that is called digital enforced policies we can apply here. Then we are going to discuss in this course GPMC, Group Policy Management Console. By the help of that we can allow or we can deny the user to access the services and resources here. Okay, user should not change the wallpaper, user should not access the website, user should not access the applications here. So that type of restriction we can apply. And by using this 2012 we can deploy the applications. So to hundreds of users at a time in single shot, I want to deploy the applications. We can deploy by the help of this application, centralized deployment on applications. And we have a disk quota. By the help of that we can restrict the storage to the users. Then distributed file systems, by using that we can allow the user to access the share folders. Then we have Windows Server backup. By the help of it we can take the backup of our data, drive, files, application, and whenever they're lost we can restore it. DNS service is used for assigning the name to the service, that is called domain naming service. Then Internet Information Service, by the help of that we can make web server, FTP server to host the HTTP, HTTPS website. Then we have a virtualization. By the help of this 2012 we can go for virtualization. But in single physical machine we can create multiple virtual machines, right, by the help of this virtualization feature. Then Windows Deployment Service. By the help of the Windows Deployment Service we can deploy the operating system to our network computers. Then we have a server core, right? In Microsoft in 2012 has given server core operating system is a command based like Linux. How you're working, we don't want to work on graphical, we want to work on server core. And this server core operating system anytime we can convert with graphical GUI to server core and server core to GUI. That option is available. Interface we can change. Then network access protection service to check the health of the PC, all the services are up to date, updated or not. Then DHCP service for assigning the IP address to our network computers. And we have a security protocols like Kerberos protocol. Whenever the users are logging, user should confirm the name and password. If the name and password is confirmed from server, then allow the users login. Like this we have internet protocol services. By the help of that we can protect our network whenever the users are logging over the internet to the private network, over the internet private, so that we should be secure here. So a lot of more topics are available, right? When you join into MCSE course, we are going to discuss about this one here. All this topic in depth with practical, with theory. We are going to. Now, as a Microsoft system administrator, we are going to manage all these many services. So today I will show you one service, right? Very popular service, very, very important in every organization. That is called what? IS service, Internet Information Service. By the help of this Internet Information Service, I can make one system as a web server, because nowadays you can see it, every organization is giving the service to users to access the service over the internet here. Okay, we are doing online banking, we are doing online transaction, shopping we are doing by, but right, how to give the chance to user to access these services? By using web server. So what web server contain? Web server contain websites. We are hosting the websites. And how to make this web server? By using IS service. By using this IS service I can configure one system as a web server here, right? So IS stands Internet Information Service. The microservicing by using IS service, it is used to host the information over the internet. It provides integrated. This service is available with operating system, is integrated, is reliable also, scalable also. A number of large data we can allow the user to access. And whatever the services we are sending from one person to other person over the internet, sharing, that is secure. And these servers are manageable web servers capacity over the internet. I can host this website over the internet. I can host this website in intranet here. So if you want to host the website over the internet, we can host this website. We can host in intranet also. Intranet means within the LAN, within the organization here in our. Now by using IS service, we can configure types of. By using this IS service, we can configure some types of websites. So in 2012 server operating system, the IS version is 8.0 and is supporting to some services. What services? Whenever we are accessing any website, how we are accessing? We are accessing the website by www. That is called the World Wide Web. Okay. And by the help of IS, we can host the HTTP site. We can host the FTP site. And we can host one more site that is called HTTPS. That is called Hypertext Transfer Protocol. S for secure, or you can say S for SSL, Secure Socket Layer Service here. So by using IS service, I can host the website, right? And by HTTP, FTP, and HTTPS. And HTTP stands Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This service is useful to publish the data World Wide Web quickly and easily. And this protocol is easy to configure, support the security and encryption to protect your sensitive data over the internet. And default port number of HTTP is what here? 80. So if anyone is asking, what is the HTTP port number? Because every service having port number, that is called 80. If anyone is asking, sir, what is the port number of HTTPS? You have to say 443. Now, when you're creating the FTP site, FTP is used for file transfer protocol to download and upload the data over the internet to share the data. So FTP is using port number 21 here. Now we can host the web server, right? By using IS service, I'm making one system as a web server. I can host the web server over the internet. If I host the web server over the internet, so who can access? Any user can access, right? So any user can access my website. World user, my corporate user, my domain user can access. If I'm hosting the website in intranet, intranet means within the organization, only my corporate user can access, but outside user, public users cannot access. So I can host the website within the LAN. I can host the website over the internet. So we now when you're hosting the website over the internet, we have some requirements. So example, I want to show you today how to create the HTTP site, right? How to make web server, how to create HTTP site. So if I'm making one system as a web server, I require one machine. In this machine, we require static IP. If I'm hosting the website over the internet, we require public IP. In case if I'm hosting the website within the LAN, within the organization, so we need private IP address. Okay. Next, we require domain name. If I'm hosting the website over the internet, our domain name should be registered, like GoDaddy or from any registrar, you can register a domain name. But if I'm hosting the website within the LAN, I can use any name to host the site. Then we require DNS service to resolve the name to IP train because we are accessing the website by names here. Then we require home directory. Home pages, right? And these web pages are designed by your programmer. So tell to the web designer to design some web pages, and these web pages, right, are designed by languages like .html, ASP.NET, PHP, Python, Ruby you can use, right? And wherever the web pages are there, that web pages locations are called what here? A home directory location. So today I will show you how to configure a web server in our organization. So here, so what I have to do here in my organization, I want to make one system as a web server. So take one computer. So example, this is my system one machine. In this machine, we require server operating system. So I'm using 2012 server OS in this computer. And in this machine, if I want to configure this machine web server, I have to install IS service, Internet Information Service. So then this machine will act as what here? A web server. Then I'm hosting one website in this machine by the name zoom.com. But when you're hosting the website, we require what here? Web pages also. So you have to design the web pages and keep these web pages in your server, right? In this machine, in your server. And by using these web pages, we can host the website. And our web pages are designed by example.html. So our web pages are designed by .html programming we can host. So now my users are going to access over the internet here. So these are the users, my clients are sitting on this machine. This is my home users are sitting over the internet and want to access website. So what the user will do, user will go to the browser and the user will type www.zoom.com. So when you type www.zoom.com, once you hit enter, right? So the request will go to first web server, no. So the request will go to DNS server. So we require one DNS server also. So we need one system as a DNS server. So if we have a DNS service, so in DNS service, we have to create the zone by the name of zoom.com, and we have to tell, right, in which machine our web server is running here. So our web server is running on system 1. And what is the system 1 IP address that we have to give here? So IP address of system 1. So whenever the users are browsing the website, so the request will go to first to DNS server. DNS server will resolve the name to IP address. So they will give the IP address of your web server. By taking this IP, so user can reach to the web server, user can access the website here. Okay, so in this diagram you can observe here, I'm making the system 1 is my web server, IP address is 10.0.1. I'm hosting one website by the name zoom.com here, and my users are sitting within the LAN or over the internet. The user access whenever the user typing www.zoom.com. So once you hit enter, the request will go to web server, and web server will serve the services. Then web page will be open for the user. The user can access this web page. Okay, so by the help of that you can do the transaction. So I will show you how to configure one system as a web server. So to configure web server, we require one machine. We require server operating system computer, maybe 2012 or 2016 you can use. So I'm using 2012 server operating system in this machine. I want to configure this machine. I want to configure this machine is my web server. So this is my machine. I logged as administrator. I want to make this machine web server. So if I right click on computer icon, if I go to the properties here, right? So this machine is my 2012 operating system machine. It is a system 1. Okay. So in this machine we require IS service. So to install IS service, we have to go to server manager console. Right? Click on add roles and features. Then click on next, 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 and we have to check the box. We are in roles. So if you come down, scroll down here, you can find web server IS. Check the box web server and click on add features. Then click on next, 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 and install. So this installation will take some time here, at least 3-4 minutes to install the service here. So guys, you can see here my installation of IS services successfully has done in this computer. So now I can see this machine is my web server. Okay, so now we have to close this window. So you can see that we have IIS service, Internet Information Service. Now go to the tools and open the Internet Information Service and configure the website. So open Internet Information Service Manager. So to create the website, we have to expand the system name. You can see this service is working in system 1, and as admin I'm managing the service. So expand the system name, and once you expand the system name here, you can find the option here sites. So right now default site, but we are going to create our own website. So to create a website, we have to right click on the sites, click on add website. The site name, give any name. For example, I'm giving my website name is zoom.com. Okay. Then physical path means web pages is asking. So I already designed the web pages. My web pages is available in E drive. So we have to click on browse, click on E drive, and select the web page folder. In web page folder, I have designed 2 web pages, one for BMW website, one for Zoom. So I'm selecting folder, and in that you can find HTML file. So select the root for Zoom, click OK. Then here we can create 2 websites, HTTP, HTTPS. If I want to create HTTPS website, we require certificate that is called SSL certificate. We can create HTTP site. So I'm creating HTTP site, and your IP address 10.0.0.1. Your web server IP, port number is 18, and how we are accessing website. Host name is website name. How we are allowing the user to access website. So I'm allowing the user to access website by the name www.zoom.com and click OK. So once you click OK, website is created. But remember here, website is hosted. Website is created, but web pages are not deployed. So we have to deploy web pages. So what we have to do, we have to copy the web pages and to paste the page in default documents. And we have to go to directory pausing and enable also. So how to copy the web pages? Right click on this web, zoom.com, click on explore. You can find this web page. So right click on this web page, HTML file page, click on rename, Again, right click on this box, click on this copy. So copy the complete path name, right? And close this one. Select the zoom.com website, open the default document, and here click on add option here. Click on add. Now right click and paste. And after the name, add the extension .htm. HTML. Don't type HTML. We have to type HTML only. Okay. Then click OK. So once you click OK, your web page is pushed, published here. Then select the zoom.com website. Open the directory browsing and open the directory browsing. By default, browsing is disabled here. So you have to click on enable. So once you click enable, the browsing is enabled. Done. Now website is successfully created, but you have to do one more thing. What? We have to go to DNS server. We have to open the DNS service. And in DNS service, we have to create the zones, right? So in DNS service, so open the DNS service. And in DNS service, expand the system name, go to the forward lookup zone. In forward lookup zone, create the standard primary zone. So right click on forward lookup zone, new zone, click next and select primary zone option. Okay, uncheck the last box, store the zone in active directory, click next and type the zone name. So my website name is zoom.com. So click next and right select allow both non-secure and secure dynamic update option, click next and finish. So one standard primary zone is created by the zoom.com, but in that we have to create host record, alias record here in this zone. So right click on this zone here and click on new host. So in new host, we have to give the name. The host name is system1 and IP address is 10.0.0.1 and click on add host and click on OK and done. So once you create it, here host record is created. Now we have to create alias record also. Right click on zoom.com zone, new alias. So in alias we have to give www, and whenever the user is having www.zoom.com, the request has to go to fully qualified domain name for target, that is system1.zoom.com, and click OK. So once you click OK, so your zone is created with host alias. You can allow the user to access this website, right? If this web server is having public IP, user can access over the internet. If this web server is having private IP, user can access within the LAN here. So I'm going to the browser, open the browser, Internet Explorer browser, and access this website. So tell to the user in the browser, type www.zoom.com and access the web page. So in the browser, we have to type here www.zoom.com and hit enter. So now we can observe here the page is browsing and it's asking to secure this, add this page to trusted port. Click on add close. Now once you here, you can observe here if successfully the Zoom website is hosted. You're accessing the Zoom website. Okay, so like this, in our organization, not only this web server, we have so many other servers, like we have Active Directory server, domain controller, backup servers, right? We have tree structure, forest, trust between two different domains, users, user management, profiles, DHCP, DNS server, VPN server, storage box. So in our MCSE course, we are going to learn all these topics here. Okay. Example. Just example, in this session, we have discussed MCSE features, and we have discussed how to create web server. But once you join the course here, in depth, all these topics we are going to cover. Okay. So thank you very much